So it's been about 8 months or so since I got this new refrigerator, Haier, it's what's called, that I installed. Residential refrigerator, I should make clear. Got rid of the old gas absorption thing that they're so prone to catch fire. So install went real well, worked beautifully. But this is the first chance I've got to do some serious boondocking. So we'll be doing boondocking for the next 3 or 4 days. And I just want to see how it performed. I thought you might be curious of that also. So batteries are at 83% right now, and in fact I've just plugged up the golf cart to charge it up. So we're pulling out over. I've got it on watts instead of amps, so it's pulling out. We're doing a negative right now, so we've got about a negative of 80-90 watts because this amps on this battery charger is pretty high. But it's dropping down some. It was about 10 amps a while ago, about 5 amps. And I took this off just so I could tap into my refrigerator circuit, which is powered by the 2000 watt inverter. We've got that Xantrex inverter. Spec wise, see, we got the 2000 watt inverter. We got a 60 amp solar charge inverter. And then what we got about, I think that's 675 watts on the roof, but I think the best I ever see is about 500 or so. Of course, right now, like I told you, we're pulling the negative at the moment. Sun's not right above us, straight above us yet. But it will be in a little while. I'll tell you what. Let's kill the charger on the golf cart and see what it does. Okay, so charger is off. Now you see we have a plus. We're adding 269 watts to the battery bank. And we're at 82%, so we're going to get out and run around here a little while, then we'll come back and check this out 2 or 3 o'clock, see if we ain't fully charged by then. Alright, so here's an update at 1:30. You can see our battery bank is up to 99%. Inside the RV is 85 degrees. Now let's see how the refrigerator's doing. Look at there, below zero. Isn't that great? Yeah. Refrigerator's good, freezer's good. So while I'm here, I'm going to plug up the golf cart, let it charge up. I know what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to fire up the microwave. That's something I added because I added the 2000 watt inverter because I wanted to have enough extra power to run the microwave when needed. So I'm going to fire it up, see if make sure it works. Okay, pizza's in there doing its thing. And what is the wattage draw on that? We'll be doing a negative 150 watts at the moment. That's not bad because we've got power coming in from the sun right now. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, so you can see our amp draw. We're pulling about 11-12 amps. Let's see how we're doing on the solar. So actually we'll pull in a negative 417 watts. Let's see what it's affected the batteries. Yeah, it's dropped it down just a little bit. So we'll top off the cart while we're here getting about to eat, and then we'll unplug and head back to the show. Okay, another update. It's 92 degrees in the RV, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, running on solar and battery power. We are, I don't know what we got here, we're below zero. So we're about 5 below zero. That's pretty good. Old Norcold would never do that. No way, Jose. And you can see the refrigerator sitting right where it needs to be. So all is good so far. Alright, next update here is 12:30 at night, and you can see we pulled the batteries down to 57%. We watched TV and stuff tonight, had lights on, computers and all that stuff. And so we're fixing to go to bed. We'll have like a little fan running. We got, of course, the refrigerator is going to be running. Remember, residential fridge, not using no propane or anything, just using the power of the batteries, going through the inverter, of course. Because remember, when this thing kicks on, it only runs maybe about 80 watts of power when it does cycle on. And then, yeah, we just got a few laptops charging up, a few phones, so shouldn't be a really large draw on the system. So I'll just be kind of curious of what how it comes up by morning, by noon, see how much we bring it back up once the sun comes out. Of course, I love checking my freezer in here. There we go. we're still below zero. I never saw that with my Norcold, hardly. Not very, especially with temperatures we've been dealing with. I think it's going to be close to 90 tomorrow. So we'll see how the fridge does then. I think another thing I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to measure the temperature inside the cabinet here, just to see kind of what it gets to on it, because the sun really comes hot on this side, on the back side of the fridge, just to see how warm that cabinet gets. But even though it gets warm, it doesn't seem to affect the efficiency of the refrigerator itself, because it's doing a great job. So you can see it's 10 o'clock in the morning now. Batteries are 51% because the sun's out. I'm sure it was lower than that. It's pulled it up some, and we're going to hit about 89 today. So I'm curious of how long it's going to take to get it to 100%. Well, hopefully we'll get there. I'm sure we will. Remember, I have 300 amp hours of battle-born batteries on this thing, so I pulled them down halfway down, so I still have 150 amp hours left actually. So it's performing really well. You know, the refrigerator really doesn't pull anything at all, hardly. Oh, and I also wanted to point out, you can see how the sun, how the shadow is. It's still at an angle to us. But at the moment, we're pulling in, we've got a couple lights on right now. We're pulling in 224 watts is being added to the battery bank. So it'll slowly bring it back up, it looks like. And be even more so as the sun gets higher in the sky. Okay, and we get you some numbers. Now it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We've been away from the RV all day. It's 95 degrees in the RV. And I just want to see what kind of numbers we have inside this compartment. You know, let's see how hot that thing is. Can you see that? Try it again. Yeah, 118 degrees against that side of the RV. And I'm just curious what kind of temperatures we have inside this box. The refrigerator's performing great, but I have no fans. You know, I just left this stock, you know, with the factory roof vent in it. So let's see what kind of temperatures we have in here. Okay, so we're 98 degrees. Can you see it? I got such a glare out here, it's hard for me to tell. Yeah, there it is. So I shot the paneling back there. Let's hit the back of the refrigerator. What is it? Back of that sheet metal is 101 back there. But it's performing great. Let me shoot it over here on this side if you would. Yeah, it's 93. Alright, let's see how the fridge is performing. On a 90-degree day, we are sitting at, there you go, about 8 below zero. Now, see if your Norcold will do that. Good suction. You see the fridge, we're sitting at right where we want to be, about 36 degrees. Everything's ice cold. So I think if you're on the fence about buying one of the residential fridges, you don't have to worry about it. It's really performing great for us. It's our first opportunity to do some real boondocking with it. And so the sun's been coming in and out some today, and that full sun, we've got up to about 74%. So we're going to fire up the generator. And that's another trick I do, because we fire up the generator and we also start the engine too. So together with both running, we'll throw in you know, up to 120 amps of power into these batteries. And being these are battle-born batteries, remember I got 3 of them, so I got 300 amps. They recharge extremely quick, so I can run this thing for about an hour and bring my batteries up to 100%. So we'll probably get that done right now. Let me show you this little experiment I'm doing. You see, I'm still pulling the negative 364 watts. I'm still pulling power out of the batteries, because what I'm doing at the moment, I just plugged in this battery charger, and see, it's pulling out about 11 amps. So it's pulling hard. All right, so now let's start the engine up and see what we gain. Now we're going to use the 150 amp alternator off the engine. Okay, so now we're gaining. So now we got about 800 watts so far going into the battery banks. And so we can quickly get that charged up. I got it set on wattage instead of amps. I just kind of in my mind that I like seeing the wattage more. I'm familiar, like ceramic heaters you pull like 800, 1500 watts. So that's kind of why I like watching my wattage coming in and out. So we'll let that run for about an hour while we eat something and see what happens. Okay, so now you can see I've got 1120 watts going into the battery banks. The engine is running plus the generator is running. So I got my 60 amp charger and my inverter charger is going, my inverter, my converter. My converter charger is putting in its 60 amps. The engine itself is throwing out, because it's a 150 amp alternator on that 8.1 Vortex, so I'm probably getting 100 plus. Remember, I got that device on there. I got some Battleborn. It only lets it charge for 15 minutes, then breaks the connection, and then reconnects to give the alternator a break. And that item's been working well for me to quickly charge these batteries back up. I got both airs running. Got my brand new Furon Chill is running, blowing nice cold air. And you see, to help, because we're out here in the middle of the field and it's really hot, we've pulled in the slides and got all these shades pulled down to keep the sun out. I got my little device up there I made that's dropped down. So try to cool it off nice and quick and keep the sun out. I know I keep bragging on this air conditioner. I just want to show you another example. 89 degrees is going into the air conditioner. Let me show you the temperature that's coming out. Stick this up in the vent. 89 degrees. We got 55 degrees coming out. Isn't that incredible? I've never seen an RV air conditioner work that good. Good stuff, I'm telling you. So, it's a 35 degree split. That's pretty awesome. Keep yourself cool on these hot days. Get you one of these Furon RV Chill air conditioners. Remember, this is a 15,500. I just did an install video on it. Just wanted to update you how well it's doing in this heat. Okay, so I thought I would also show a comparison to my old Coleman. So this is my old Coleman that's 20 years old. Up in intake, 76 degrees. See it? 76 degrees going in. Let's see how cold it is coming out. 56, 55. So just a little over a 20 degree split. About the best I see. It seemed like years ago I used to see as much as a 26 degree, but nothing compares like that Furon does as far as the cold air that it can produce, as far as the split is concerned, and that'll get your temperatures cooled down much quicker. Alright, next update, it took a little over an hour to get this up to about an hour and 5 minutes. Took it back to 97%. I think it was 74 when we got in. So it just shows you how quick, by running the engine and the generator at the same time, you can get those Battleborn batteries back up to almost fully charged. Okay, so one last check in. This is Friday evening. We're fixing to leave the Florida Flywheeler show, but I just wanted to show you that we've been gone all day. Just walked in here. It is, can you see that? Yeah, 98 degrees in the RV, and you can see in the freezer we are at about 8 below zero. And I pretty much guarantee you my old Norcold will not get near close to that. And see, look at the refrigerator temperatures. We're right at 36 degrees. So I'm really loving my new Haier, I don't know how you pronounce that, it's a crazy word. But anyway, loving this refrigerator. And only thing since I've installed it, I don't know when it was 8 or 9 months ago, I haven't made any changes. The only changes I made is I had a tiny little gap here, no bigger than a key. It was so small you couldn't put a piece of insulation in it. Because I had a little gap here, I put me some foam insulation, sealed that. But so what I did instead, I just got me some black electrical tape. And see, you stand back, it just looks like trim. But if you look close, it's just black electrical tape. So I just use that all the way down the side, both sides. So it has completely sealed it. There's no air gap whatsoever. So that worked out pretty well. That's kind of the only modification I've made since I've installed it, but it stayed put. I've put about 2,500 miles on it so far as drive time. Everything's tight, nothing's moved. One more thing I might note is it took a while to get the right setting for us. I put me a magic marker dot, you know, between the 2 and the 3. So like it's not a 2.5, 2.3 maybe if you want to call it. That was kind of the best setting for us, because there for a while I was freezing everything. I had it too dang cold. But that's kind of found the sweet spot. Then on the freezer section, I've got it, there's a lever somewhere, I've got it set all the way to the coldest. So that's my settings. It's worked out great for me with this refrigerator. Anyways, but hope you might find that interesting. If you're on the fence about buying one of these residential fridges, I remember I got this one at Lowe's, like $450 back in the last year when I bought it. And I've got no auxiliary fans. I've just, you know, it's just using the chimney effect to keep itself cool, and it's doing an awesome job. So anyways, maybe you can get out there and buy yourself one, replace those crazy gas absorption refrigerators that, you know, are sort of on the dangerous side. I made a video on that, you know, to be careful on what your options are. And I'll post those 2 videos below this one, my original install, and also the video I did about sort of the dangers and maybe what you can do if you're going to keep your Norcold, what you can do to try to mitigate any future fires. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. See you. Bye.